Buongiorno, ciao. Today, Mike and I caught him before he went off to work. We share one of our favorite trips. So I think we explained when we decided to purchase in central Italy, it gave us this amazing opportunity to travel north, south, wherever we want to go. We've even done it in one trip. We've landed in Rome, driven 7 hours south to Calabria, gone back to Rome to our home, and then went further north all the way up to the Dolomites in one trip. So, yes, we're a little bit crazy, but it's just driving and we enjoy it. So, we go over our story down in Capo Vaticano, if I'm saying that properly, down in Calabria. It's in the municipality of Riccardi, I believe, down south in Italy. And it was just a trip that did not start off well. From leaving the airport, delayed flight, landing in Rome, Delta lost my luggage. Complete nightmare, horrible weather. Everything, the weather cleared. I think I just decided shorts and a tank top would have to do. Swimming, it didn't matter. Forget the bathing suits. And we just made the best of it. And it's one of our favorite trips. So we hope you enjoy today's video. So have a great day. Feel inspired. And if you are dreaming of purchasing a home in Italy, stay tuned because we've done it. So you can do it too. And it does not take a massive budget. You can do it with minimal, absolutely minimal. And you can have the moments and memories that Mike and I have made. And we have so many more to make. So have a great day and enjoy. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, welcome back to Florida.
Mike and Kerry.
Mike is not working right now. I'll be working later this evening.
Soon. So we're putting in a quick little video. We are going to talk today about driving in Italy.
Driving in Italy. It can be done. It's exciting. But there's things you got to remember to do. And I think the most important thing that we found out to do is make sure you get your international driver's permit.
Where do you get that?
AAA, your local AAA. Not all of them do them, but there are some select ones that do the international driver's permits. And it's very important to have when you go to rent a car.
It's actually a requirement in the fine print.
Right. Some of them we have gone to rent cars, and there's been some that have not asked for them. The last one we went to, they did ask for it, and unfortunately there was a couple of folks in front of us that did not have it.
They were screwed.
They were screwed.
They traveled all that way.
Yeah, I think that one group was the pastor from, where was he from? Do you remember him?
Somewhere in Africa, but
Yeah.
He was with another woman. They were going somewhere, and she did not have it. He did not have it.
Yeah.
And they were denied a rental car.
Yeah, and then they decided to go back to the airport to try rental at the airport to see if they had any better luck. But
I think I even cried for them.
yeah, it was a little, yeah, it was tough to listen. We were directly behind them, so unfortunately we were able to listen to the entire interaction, and they were pretty upset.
But $20, AAA, you go get your passport photo, small little photo, go to AAA, they take the photo there if you need them, and then you get your permit, no tests required.
No.
It's just a little photo book,
Yeah.
but you must have that with you at all times.
Yeah.
So we have driven in Italy many times now.
Many times. Have not had any issues being pulled over for any reason of that, which is a great thing. But we've had the permit every time, just in case. We don't need any external issues messing up our vacation.
No, so we have driven, one of the favorite trips we've had so far is landed in Rome, immediately rented the
Yeah,
car, and then drove down to very south Calabria,
Calabria, beautiful, absolutely
past
beautiful.
Scalea this time,
Yeah,
down by Tropea. The town was actually called Faro Capo Valentino or something. I'll have
yeah.
to look it back up.
Her memory's way better than mine.
We stayed at a beautiful compound
Mm.
that had probably about 5 or 6 little village houses
Yeah,
with private access, direct private access to the most gorgeous beach we've ever
amazing,
seen.
absolutely amazing beach.
But to get to the beach,
400 steps.
400
Yes,
down.
400. And it was down actually. The way they made them was pretty incredible, but yeah, it was literally scaled down the side of a cliff, really. I mean, if
Yeah.
you think about it.
But when you're going to the beach and you're excited and you see
Mm.
everything, the 400 steps is nothing until,
You have to go back up the 400 steps.
yeah, that's,
Yeah.
I think we both died
Yeah, so it was a
a few
great
times.
time to stop and take unnecessary photos to give yourself
So we have lots of photos, lots of videos.
to give ourselves a little break from the walk. Yeah, we would stop at different landings and take some scenic photos, which I mean were great photos anyway. So it
Yeah.
gave us a chance to catch our breath and take some really really cool photos.
But this is one of the things that we love most about owning our home now.
Mm.
We can travel, once we get to Italy, we can travel all around. We've been all around. We can't wait to go to so many other places. Yeah. We try to go sometimes somewhere new, sometimes we go back to somewhere we've already been.
We have some favorites. I mean, we've been doing it for four years now, so we have some favorites that we've gone back to multiple times, but then there's just so much more that we have not seen. So a lot more new places to visit.
But we want to tell you about one funny story at the private beach location. So
Video to come.
Yeah. We're back. So
back again.
We're going to explain a funny story. It really wasn't funny when it happened.
No.
Looking back, it's funny, but
yeah.
So this particular trip down to the beach, being a middle-aged woman going through menopause, you take a while to find a bathing suit you're comfortable in. Going to the beach, not like men who can wear anything.
No, just throw it on and go.
Land in Rome. Mike gets his luggage, and we go to get my luggage. Coming off the belts,
not there.
Not there.
Just not there.
Just not there. All of Carrie's bathing suits for this wonderful beach vacation are just missing in Rome.
Amongst a bunch of other stuff too.
All my toiletries and everything. So that was a fiasco. Off to the ticket counter, fill out a claim. Long story short, my suitcase got sent back to America. They found out we were not there because, wait for it, we're in Italy. Then they sent it to Venice. We were not in Venice. It was a nightmare.
We asked it to be sent back to the Rome airport so we could pick it up on the way back up to our home. We got to the Rome airport and they had sent it back to the United States again.
Yep. So while we were at the beach, we hit some of the local little shops, and the bathing suits were more fitting for like a 6-month-old than a grown arse woman.
Yeah.
But we tried not to let it ruin our trip. I tried not to.
And you did a great job with it.
The next morning, we were so exhausted. We're staying at this beautiful little bungalow at this amazing location. Slept in because we were jet lagged, overtired.
And we didn't know at the time, but we were both actually a little sick.
Yeah, we picked something up flying.
Which we found out the next day.
So our plan was to get up early, head down to the beach, and we jump up, and it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're like, crap, we
We
just
just
slept the day
lost
away
half of our day.
because we're only there 2 days.
Yeah.
And we go to walk out of the bedroom, which had a door that locked, and we were stuck.
Lock was broke. We were inside,
Locked in.
locked in, could not get out. So the only way,
We had a WhatsApp.
yeah, we had a WhatsApp. The gentleman that ran the, well, I don't want to call it a facility, but ran the grounds, so to speak. And then he was going to get in touch with his maintenance guy, and he was going to come over and unlock the door, but we couldn't wait for that.
So we hopped out the window.
Breaking and exiting is what we call it. Out the window we went.
Out the window, our arses went,
Yeah.
and off to the beach.
Yeah.
The beach was absolutely worth all of that hectic
Oh,
morning.
every bit of it. Absolutely every bit of it.
So beautiful. Probably, we've been to a lot of beaches from Cape Cod, Maine, Puerto Rico, Italy now.
Florida. Gulf Coast.
This is definitely, I think, just the whole scenery. And what made it so beautiful was you could only access the beach if you stayed at this particular like little compound or from a boat.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat.
Yeah. So it was, when it was exclusive for the most part. Just it was us and maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 other groups that were there for the most part.
Random
the entire
people.
time. Yeah.
But so that these are the things that I most enjoy when we get to Italy. Obviously spending time at the house and seeing the neighbors and, you know, doing some antique shopping, but then traveling.
Yeah. And I think one of the coolest things for me, it was later that evening after the sun had gone down. We were sitting out on the patio area, which overlooked the ocean, and we had a lightning storm. Actually, we had that evening, and every time a lightning bolt would strike, it would light up the Isle of Stromboli.
Yeah, you can see Stromboli off in the distance.
Way off in the distance. Every crack of lightning, there was Stromboli off in our distance. So it was really, really cool.
Yeah, but that place, you can find it on Airbnb, although I might not share it because it's a really special place.
Yeah, really, really nice. And it was American actually that owned it. He was from
well, he was like the main. He didn't own it.
Yeah, I think he was from Wisconsin, I believe.
He's been living there now probably 20 years, running the little compound.
Yeah.
So that's an enjoyable memory.
Really cool.
We turned a trip that started off, I think our flights were delayed and we get there, no luggage.
Yeah.
Another, if it could go wrong, it went wrong.
Yeah.
But it ended up being one of our best trips.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And then I think in that same trip, we went back to the house and stayed a few days and then ended up to the Dolomites.
Yeah. So we were dead south and ended up almost as far north as you can go without getting into Switzerland, I think.
Morning.
Morning. Where you going?
The window.
How come?
Can't get out that door.
Which door? Oh, what's the matter with it?
It's broken. Key won't work. 27 years.
So how are you gonna get out?
Hold on. Bye. Wait, Mike, don't take my money. Bye. Get out of here. Hi, honey.
Hi.
Good morning. What are you doing?
Coming in.
Why in the window?
Beanie.
We're locked in. Can't get out. Oh,
Only in America.
we're not in America.
I know.
Like, now the key's on the outside.
Yeah.
Good morning. We're at our Airbnb. Here's a little bocce court. Look at this view. We come down this path. These beautiful trees. Beautiful view. Up these stairs. Beautiful little courtyard.
Little patio. I'm sitting out here doing a little blog post. Little grill. Some lounges. Check out this view. The Tyrrhenian Sea. Here's our little villa. Beautiful ironwork. Step into a quaint little kitchen. Little refrigerator. Literally perfect for what you need. This door is just stunning. This view. Mike and I slept till 1:00 p.m. Roman time. Literally unheard of. And then you come into this bedroom that has air conditioning. It's literally beautiful. The furnishings. This is the window we had to hop out of. Little desk. Very comfortable bed. Look at this dresser. Stunning. Chest. Some books to read by the beach. Little bathroom. Full shower. Hi. Toilet. Commode. So, perfect.
So let's back up because headed after the whole mishap at the airport, getting the rental, start headed south. We knew we had about a 7-hour trip.
Yeah, it was a pretty long drive.
And the closer we got to the beach, the worse the weather got.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we thought it was like we were back in Florida
I
in the
literally
middle of the
was
summer.
going to say, I thought we were in Florida.
It was some of the most torrential thunderstorms that we've ever been in Italy, for sure.
I think it actually started hailing.
Yeah, it was crazy, crazy weather. Really crazy weather.
So we figured, okay, here goes our beach getaway. It's going to be a bust.
Yeah.
But the sky cleared up. And
no, clear. Yeah, right. Probably just before we got to where we were going, it just cleared up perfectly.
Yeah, I remember seeing a. Do you remember that little train, almost like a trolley?
Yeah.
It kind of reminded us of being like on Cape Cod,
right,
in the summer.
Yeah, it was like a little train, but it was just a travel trolley that did tours around Tropea. Yeah, it was really, really cool.
We didn't actually go into Tropea because we were in the Faro Cabo Venetti something or beautiful beach location. Do you remember when we were sitting on the beach, we saw that like little personal boat go by?
With the slide.
And it had like a slide.
Yeah.
I think I still have the photo.
Yeah, I think it was one of those
pedal
boats.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was tiny. It was probably the size of a chaise, but it had this slide on the top of it, which was pretty wild.
Yeah.
But we do. We have a picture of that too, so we'll show that.
Yeah, we snorkeled. We have the snorkel masks we bought.
It was one of our best buys.
Off of Amazon. I can share the link.
Yeah. Really neat snorkels.
It's a whole face snorkel, so you can really see everything.
Yeah.
And like the snorkel thing.
It's connected to the top. Yeah.
So you don't have to like keep moving it.
No, it's basically wearing an entire face mask, and then the snorkel is just connected, so you don't have a piece in your mouth. It's separate from the goggles, so to speak. So yeah, it's one full face shield and then the snorkel. It was awesome.
Yeah, we love that. So we've now bought 4.
Mm-hmm.
So usually Kaylee and Ashley are with us, so we all can do that. We also bought a beach umbrella. You know, who doesn't use an umbrella at the beach? Not Mike and Perry. Our umbrella was inverted.
Mm.
We're the only ones at the beach with the umbrella inverted.
I don't. How did that happen?
The wind.
Yeah, the wind caught it one time. And we were like this to that.
Yeah. What else?
What doesn't make you cry makes you laugh. So.
Yeah, no, I want to go back there. I
Yeah.
absolutely loved that trip.
Yeah, it was really, really amazing. Really amazing.
I can't decide if I love south or north. That's that's again why living
Central.
central, because we're talking about going up to the Dolomites in October.
Yeah.
We've been there in August. We might go back in October with our daughter Kaylee and her boyfriend Ashley. To see the Dolomites in the fall would be
Amazing.
amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
But as much as I'm looking forward to that, I can't wait to go swimming again
Yeah.
down south.
Yeah. And I know it sounds like it is. I mean, it doesn't sound like a long drive. It is a long drive.
It's a long drive.
But
It's doable.
we have fun doing it. Like we do. We have fun doing it. And for me, I'm
Do
the
we
one.
have fun driving
Well,
in Italy? No.
there's
We
different
make,
there's different parts of it that are fun and not fun.
yeah.
But the scenery when you're driving, I think just some of the scenery makes that drive
Oh, yeah,
sometimes
it's
worth a
so
while.
beautiful.
I mean, you know, you can drive and see, you know, a castle up on top of, you know, the cliffs that has probably been there for 1,000 years and it's still standing there. And
Yeah.
just yeah, I think some of the views that we see makes the travel kind of
Yeah. No,
not as
it's a
bad.
very scenic,
Yeah.
just when you see fields and fields of
The
sunflowers,
sunflower, yeah.
so beautiful.
Is that
Um,
the canola fields, or is it they make canola out of sunflowers? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, Mike.
I don't know. But just yeah, just massive, giant fields of bright yellow sunflowers
Yeah.
everywhere.
But so as far as driving, some people think you just have to take a train, which we've done the trains, but
Yeah.
I think having a car is a good option if you're trying to go visit different locations. Like for us,
Yeah.
we don't like to just stay in one spot. We like to kind of go
And
around.
really, we find that I mean, as long as you're not trying to rent a car in August,
Yeah.
it's very affordable. I mean, really,
August,
really affordable.
in August, everything's expensive.
Yeah, it's crazy
The
expensive.
rental cars, they're very slim pickings. They jack up the price.
Mhm.
Everywhere you go is crowded because the Italians are on vacation.
So I want to get at one other thing. If you pre-book a rental and you specifically ask for an automatic, be prepared that you may be having to drive a standard. Almost not every time, but there's been several times that we have picked up a car and we have specifically requested an automatic transmission.
Well,
And
we
then
reserve a
yeah,
automatic.
yeah, and then we get there. I'm sorry, sir, we don't have any automatic transmission. So
I think they do that just because 9 out of 10 people will be like, okay,
yeah,
but like I can drive a stick, but I
yeah,
wouldn't physically be able to drive a stick. So we'd be screwed if I
right,
wasn't with Mike.
right.
But yeah, that's happened
That's
a few
happened.
times.
Yeah, that's happened.
And they got you. They know you're tired, you're desperate,
Yep.
you just want to be on your way, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So
So if you cannot, and if you have never driven a standard, I would do some really double checking to make sure that there are automatic transmissions available. Even after you reserve it and pay for it, I would double check before your flight and when you land that there still
well,
is.
good luck getting in touch with them. But
yeah, that's the other problem.
also, when renting a car, we highly, highly recommend renting the car from the terminal.
Yes.
If you rent a car, which we've done many, many, many times outside the terminal, it's doable, it's cheaper.
Yep.
Spend the extra money because you're waiting on a shuttle. You don't know where the shuttle is.
Yep.
The shuttle may be done for the day. The shuttle may be not coming
Yep.
again. Save yourself a migraine. Save yourself a
Yeah,
breakdown.
and like Carrie said, spend the extra couple of bucks. It's usually not that big of a difference to rent it at the airport or at the terminal than getting one that's off site. It's
I mean, this last trip when we were there in August, we almost got screwed big time because we decided our flight was early. We go back into Rome, return the rental, stay at a hotel, and fly out in the morning.
Yep.
But we could not find a hotel. It was in August, the end of early September, end of August.
Yeah.
So we decided let's drive in returned the car. We finally found a beautiful hotel we ended up staying at, which I'll do another whole
yeah,
video.
that was an amazing.
But as far as the rental
Yeah.
car, the could not get in touch with the company. They
Nope.
would not return our
We
calls,
texted, we called,
WhatsApp, nothing.
WhatsApped, everything.
And we finally got there, and the kid was like, it's shut down. There was no shuttle left.
Yeah.
So we did what you shouldn't do. We don't ever recommend this. But I begged Mike to go give the guy standing over there 20 euros to take us to our
Hotel that we had found, and come to find out, the hotel was literally a mile and a half up the street.
Yeah.
We didn't know at the time where actually
we were.
the hotel was, as opposed to where we currently were. And there was, I believe it was another rental company that actually was a shuttle company.
They were like closing up for the night.
Yeah, it was. It was a van shuttle service that was not connected to the rental car that we were, and they specifically only went back and forth to the airport. So I said, for 20 euros, will you make an exception? And then sure enough, one of the drivers came down and said, hop on in.
Yeah, so he took us, and then we ended up getting to the hotel at like
Wow.
11 o'clock at night. It was the most beautiful place we've ever been to. And of course, we only got to enjoy it for like 6 hours because we had to be up at 5 to be to the airport. But just be very cautious who you rent from. What I can do also is leave some reputable companies that we have rented from. Some have been better than others. Some we have said we will never rent from them again. This last trip, we would never rent.
No, and we will also leave the well, it was a spa. It was a spa and hotel is actually what we stayed at.
We stayed on point, so I don't know what it costs. Not on point.
But man, what a beautiful, absolutely
stunning,
beautiful place. And there was a shuttle first thing in the morning, brought you right to the airport.
And we actually walked in, and the receptionist she spoke English. She was so happy to see us. It's 11 o'clock at night. We're completely exhausted.
And she knew it too. She knew the second we walked in.
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Smart. I have an upgrade. And we're like, an upgrade?
Upgraded
We've never been upgraded.
No, we've been downgraded several times.
We've been downgraded.
No, we were upgraded to an amazing suite. It was.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Wow, it was amazing.
So we'll go back there and stay there, and we highly recommend that.
And unfortunately, we only had about an hour to enjoy it before we passed out.
Yeah. So driving, doable. Be careful. Have your driver's permit, international driver's permit, and just. I was just gonna say, just start getting excited to travel.
Yeah,
because we are.
Yep,
I'm excited.
And well, I don't know if it's a big misconception, but I've heard of a few people say, "Oh my God, you know, how hard is it to drive in Italy?" They have this conception that Italy, you drive on the opposite side of the road, and that is not the case. That's only in
the UK.
The UK. So
yeah, that's not an issue.
No, not an issue at all.
No, and I've driven there without you. You weren't even in Italy, and I did it with Caroline and Amelia. So if the girls could do it, anyone can do it.
Yeah, but if you don't need a large vehicle, don't rent a large vehicle, because there's
for parking, like
so many places and spaces in there that it's really, really difficult to fit a larger vehicle. So if you don't need it, I would recommend not getting it.
If you plan on going antiquing and shoving massive bureaus into the trunk, you need a bigger vehicle.
Yeah, well, so we're not the normal case when it comes to that.
But we'll get into all that in the next video. Right. So thanks for listening.
Yep.
Ask your questions.
As many as you need.
Plan on buying your house in Italy, because you'll have no regrets.
No, none at all.
And then you'll get to experience some of the La Dolce Vita
that we have.
And we just absolutely love it. That's why we're so excited to share it with all of you.
And we've got so much more to experience. So as, like I think Carrie has mentioned several times, we'll be going back, I believe sometime in the fall, and we will be doing some live videoing while we're there.
So until then, chin chin.
Chin chin.
Salute.
Salute.
Salute. Salute.
Salute. Salute.
I think it's salute.
She's probably right. She's
Because
usually
salute's like a salute.
yeah, she's usually right when it comes to the lingo.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Sea so blue and sky so clear. Amalfi calls from far and near. Golden sun and lemon trees. Feel the magic in the breeze. Cliffs that rise above the shore. Houses stacked forevermore. Cobblestone where footsteps roll. Every street feels like a home. City of dreams, Amalfi shines. In every heart, in all our minds. Waves that dance on ancient sands.
In the summertime, when the weather is high, you can stretch right up and touch the sky. When the weather's fine, you got women on your mind. Have a drink, have a drive, go out and see what you
pack my bags and close the door. Airplanes waiting, can't ignore. Off to Italy,